How's it going, Sha?
Oh, it's not bad. How are you doing?
I'm good overall.
Okay.
But I'm definitely struggling with something. So yesterday I was driving home,
Mm-hmm.
had a great day, had a really good set at a show, good time with the family. Before that, I'm driving home and I'm a little tired, but I've had a good day. And this drunk dude is crossing the street when it's my turn to drive.
Mm-hmm.
And he's crossing in a way that is very dangerous and is making it hard for me and the car in front of me to drive. We almost crashed
Mm-hmm.
trying to avoid the drunk dude.
Right.
Drunk dude does a dance at this point. Like he's like, yeah, what you gonna do about it type energy. You
Mm-hmm.
know? Car in front of me keeps it moving. Drunk dude and is still dancing,
Mm-hmm.
purposely trying to block both of us. The guy in front of me keeps it moving, but I'm
Mm-hmm.
having more trouble maneuvering.
Mm-hmm.
And his friend comes and drags him off of the street.
Okay.
And I feel like in general, I've gotten to a point in my life where like I'm pretty good at controlling my temper. I
Mm-hmm.
don't get angry easily. But today I don't know why, it was not that day yesterday.
Okay.
I pulled over,
Oh no.
I got out the car,
Oh
went straight up to
no.
drunk dude.
Okay.
Like, yo, what's going on? What you doing, my G? And he's like saying gibberish. He cannot talk at all.
Okay.
And his man's like, yo, he's drunk. And I'm like, yeah, that's the problem. Like that did not add clarity, and
Right.
like I feel like I want an apology, but I'm very angry.
Mm-hmm.
And admittedly, I don't think I would have done this most circumstances 99% of the time. And even
Right.
this time, I did it because even though it's 2-on-1, they are drunk. I like my odds. Like I felt hyper confident I'm winning this fight.
Okay.
Like super self-assured.
Mm-hmm.
Uh his friend was about my height, drunk dude is a pint.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, I'm bodying this fight.
Right.
Like I'm completely sober, aware. So I'm comfortable with this engagement, is what I'm saying. I'm not trying to fight, but if it came to a fight, I'm winning the fight.
Sure. Okay.
Then I very quickly got new information that is why you shouldn't do this.
Okay.
Very quickly I realized he had more friends that were
I
further down the
mean,
block. So it was 4 people now.
mm-hmm.
They were also both taller than me,
Okay.
and like now it's like, oh, this is gonna be a thing. One of them was on a bicycle, that's why he was a little further back
Uh-huh.
initially, and another dude was like uh the most sober of the guys.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm already in it, I can't like yell aggressive and then like backpedal.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm in it. I'm like, yo, what your man did is crazy. And he's like, he's drunk. And I'm like, again, you're not understanding that that's not good.
Mm-hmm.
Like he needs to say, like he needs to apologize. And he's like, and then the dude in the bicycle, he was like, yo, you want to do this? Like no previous comments from him. Just instantly, yo, you want to go? Let's go.
Right.
And like a part of me was like, I can't front. I appreciate that you're about
Yeah,
solving the situation.
I was gonna say he's the Gastor of the group.
Yeah, like I was like, yeah, at least like we got to do something about this.
Right.
It wasn't the solution I wanted, but I
Mm-hmm.
appreciate that you're offering something.
Right.
So I smiled and I said, that's what's up. Let's go.
Dummy.
So like he and like again shouldn't have done any of this. And I
Right.
know if I knew it was gonna get to this, would not have
Mm-hmm.
done it. Stupid
Okay.
decision as an adult.
Mm-hmm.
He gets off. I very quickly realize, this is like Gastor at 22. This dude is the most athletic version of me ever. I am not this guy right now.
Right.
He jumps off of the bicycle,
Mm-hmm.
demonstrating his current vertical that I do not have anymore.
Right.
And he does like a roundabout around his crew, gets
Mm-hmm.
to my other side. I'm in front of my car.
Uh-huh.
So I make sure that I have enough space to deal with the fact that there are people on my left and right.
Uh-huh.
I realized that the 3 guys on my right
Mhm.
are all very drunk. So I'm not hyper concerned.
Right.
So I'm like, let me keep awareness with the super athletic guy that seems very excited to engage.
Uh-huh.
Like he does this often, apparently. So he is like, doing a back and forth that lets me know, yes, there will be punches.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And he swings,
Mhm.
misses completely,
Okay.
swings again, misses even more somehow.
Okay.
So very athletic.
Even more.
I don't know how he got, like his body got closer to me,
Yeah.
but
and then-
his punches were nowhere near my face, Sha. I know
Okay.
that was his intention only because of the height of where the air that he was brushing
Yeah.
was hitting.
Mm-hmm.
Then his friend jumped in to like get in between us. He moved the lid of my hat. So I'll
Right.
give him that. That was the only connection
Mm-hmm.
made on their party. Then he tried to engage again, athletic young bolsters me.
Uh-huh.
And I shoved him once with my left arm, very I would say strong, but not with the intention of fighting, more so
Right.
of like I'm trying to keep space.
Right.
And he fell, and
Okay.
now in my heart, I'm like, I gotta stop this because admittedly, I was just I'm trying to scare one drunk guy into saying
Uh-huh.
sorry, and now I
Right.
could legitimately get my ass kicked,
Mhm.
But the guy falling over made me laugh a lot,
Mhm.
and it reinvigorated his energy. But
Uh-huh.
the elder statesman
Right.
came over and like told them, yo, chill. They
Right.
walked away.
Uh-huh.
Then the guy that initially broke me and the springy guy apart,
Uh-huh.
he finally apologized. He said, I'm sorry, man. We're drunk. And I was like, I just needed that, my G. Thank you. I wish it came from the drunkest guy,
Right.
but I'll take it. And we go back and forth. They go off.
Mhm.
And then it takes me like 10 minutes to calm down.
Uh-huh.
I was coming home from the show. I just got and on top of that, I just gotten food for Gabby at Wendy's.
Okay.
I was talking to Gabby when this happened, and I told Gabby, yo, hold on a second. And I hung up the phone on her. So like
Okay.
that was all in my head of like, I gotta win this confrontation quick enough to come home
Right.
so that Gabby doesn't realize I had a confrontation,
Yeah.
So I followed them around for like 4 blocks. Then I let them get away a little bit.
Okay.
Then I find them again. And then finally I'm like relaxed enough to like, I think I can let this go,
Okay.
and I go home. Like
Uh-huh.
I let it, I was like, because they're easy to find. It's 4 drunk dudes, one of them in a green neon bike for like kids. Not a hard group to spot and keep track of.
Right.
But it took a lot to let it go. And I wonder like every now and then I feel like, I don't know, is that a human thing? Is that a guy thing? That like the urge to like want to like A, fight, B, be like given that like respect or like correct things that have not, like me correcting this drunk guy will not affect my life in the grand scheme of things.
Right.
He's still gonna be drunk tomorrow. He's not
Mhm.
like, I know that he's not at home right now. Like, yo, man, I gotta change my life.
Well, I mean, you don't know how that night ended for him.
Fair.
You may have been on the downward spiral part of it, but honestly, I don't know. I think I want to say it's mostly left up to the individual.
Right.
But every individual can be pushed to that point.
Yeah.
But it's kind of left up to the individual. I think that if you're dealing with someone drunk, um, if you see someone help them,
Yeah.
you got to let it go, right? Immediately, because drunk people are like roaches. You see 2 or 3 of them, but you know that the walls are crawling with them. So, and they'll come out for you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Unless you see one and he's just stumbling his way around, and you're just like, all right, whatever. But also, so that's what I think about seeing drunk people just in general, right? That there are probably more.
Yeah.
Secondly, when you were angry and you were in your car and you go to get out of your car, you need to have you need to know what it is that you are expecting to happen.
Yeah.
You can't just get out mad and then go,
Yeah.
"Well, I want you to." No, you need to. I think just taking a moment of like, if I get out, what do I want them to do? What do I want them to do that would make me not angry and get back in my car and go away? And usually it can't that's something that can't be answered. If you don't have, like, what you want them to do that will make you stop feeling that way,
Yeah.
then you should probably stay in the car because that's just you wanting to go out and be away to somebody.
Yeah. That's what I'm realizing. Because, like,
Yeah.
the thing I wanted can't be achieved at that time.
Mm-mm.
Like, I wanted sincere, like, yo, my bad. I fucked up. And that drunk dude was not capable of that.
Yeah, right. They're not capable of doing that. They don't see what they're doing as being fucked up.
Yeah.
Even with you I mean, he's probably been yelled at by strangers all night, not just his friends, but strangers all night.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As he got drunker and drunker and still is taunting people in the street. So that's not a thing. I feel like you need to, like, if you get out of your car, if someone in front of you like cuts you off or some shit and you get out of your car and you're just going to go knock on their window, what is your plan? What's the plan?
Yeah.
What do they have to do to help you calm down? And if the thing is there's nothing they can do, stay in the car. Go back to the car. Like, there's nothing you can do. I'm just angry. Then you're gonna have to be angry by yourself, I think,
Yeah.
because otherwise you're adding fuel. You're just adding gasoline to this situation.
Yeah. It sucks. I'm curious because I feel like it happens less and less as you get older.
Right, yeah, because you make those realizations of just like, I'm not gonna, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you figure out how to let things go as you get older, just like, "Oh, well, another drunk dude," you
Yeah.
know?
And then, like, I text, like, my boys because, like, I couldn't tell this to Gabby because then she'd be like, she'd say everything you just said, but, like, mad and, like,
Yes, right.
justifiably so.
Like, what did you think was gonna happen? Oh.
And so, yeah, I'd have to hear about, like, my responsibilities and all of that shit. So,
Mhm.
like, I didn't want that.
Mm-mm.
So I text my boys and, like, I text my homies that, like, on God shot, I know we've been through trenches. Like, we've done
Mhm.
shit. And every single one of them was like, nah, be like, why you out there fighting?
Yeah,
Two
why
of
you
them,
fight? You got children, my
yeah,
man.
they're like, yo, we like 30 something, my G. Like, two of them didn't text me till this morning. They're like, yo, G, you need to learn from us and be in bed at this time. Uh, which
Yeah.
again, I respect.
Mhm.
But yeah, like I appreciated it because I heard it from like 8 people. So
Right.
like, all right, clearly that was the right move.
Uh-huh.
But then when I tell you that this conversation pivoted so different, so like fast from,
Mhm.
yo, Gastor, I'm glad you're safe, but don't be out there fighting, to, yo, Jake Paul and Nat Diaz are gonna be fighting. I can't wait to watch that shit. Like, if it annoyed me again of like, yo, fighting is great as long as it's in this environment where
It
Jake Paul is getting hit.
Well, because that's a fight. Like, that's a planned fight. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah, that's fair.
a
That's fair.
capital F fight, and you were
Yeah.
about to get into a lowercase
Yeah, no
scuffle.
money.
No money, no
No money.
money. Nobody weighed in. It's you against more people. You know? Like, you were about to make a mistake.
Yeah, real
You were
talk.
about to find yourself in a little problem, a
Yeah.
situation. No one wants to watch a situation. They want to
Yeah.
watch a proper fight. And you
That's
were get
fair.
Oh, okay, so my question to you is, why were you this riled up?
And that's what I don't understand. Like, I feel like growing up, I had like I would say from like 14 to like 25,
Mhm.
I definitely know I was angry a lot or quickly.
Mhm.
Like, I was peaceful, but I would get angry very fast. I
Right.
know my dad is like that, and I've made an
Mhm.
effort not to be.
Mm.
And I think in
Okay.
general, I'm not. But
Right.
every now and then, like,
They
it
just
still
caught you.
triggers. Yeah, it
Yeah.
happens. It's
Okay.
rare. It's maybe like once a year now.
Mhm.
But like, I would say it used to be like 3, 4 times a week. Like I would go off on somebody before growing up.
Right.
And uh admittedly, I got very good at fighting.
Okay.
That felt good yesterday. That like, oh, I felt like I saw every punch, if
Right.
that makes sense. And that felt good to like, oh, like this is still in me.
Uh-huh.
Weirdly, like I'm happy about that I can defend myself.
Right.
But like also, not a skill I need to keep sharp anymore. Not trying to like do it too often.
I mean, there's a way to keep your fight skills sharp without actually getting into fights.
Fair, fair.
You probably could like put up a speed bag somewhere or just like a thing to tackle. I don't know what happens in fights, but yeah, I think you laughing at the guy broke the spell of the whole thing.
Yeah, like I think we all universally realized because we were
Oh,
all men, like,
right.
and that was part of it that I thought was silly. That like nobody here is like under 35.
Mhm.
We are old ass people about to like struggle through this fight that
Wait,
nobody
you
stretched
were
for.
all old?
All of us was old. Like the everybody there, I promise, has a kid. I
Okay, well,
promise.
you know what? Actually, then that explains how that guy whiffed those 2 punches.
Yeah, he was the only one that like was moderately in shape.
Right.
But like, yeah, nah, he was still like 30. And
Yeah,
then the
okay.
dudes, the other dudes was like, one of them could have been my dad.
Yeah, what are you doing? What are you doing?
So like we out here like doing it, like 30 to
Yeah,
60, we
no,
about to
you
go
don't have
in.
to first off, that you even went to get out of the car instead of yelling out the window. You skipped like 3 steps, Gastor.
Yeah, I did. I did.
Yeah, you went straight to out the car? Don't do that, because if you go straight to out the car, I'm thinking, "Oh, you got heat on you."
Yeah.
I'm
That's
thinking
what
you
I
got
realized very quickly that like, oh, I didn't do like calculations here for weapons at
Yeah,
all.
like you came out if you came storming out of a car, no warning, shout, or anything,
Yeah.
I think, "Oh, you about to shoot me." So now I got people coming behind who knows if they had a burner on them, you
Yeah.
know? So, yeah, you gotta if you feel this urge again, you gotta go step by step. You can't skip any of the steps. Start with the yelling. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Start with the yelling, because then it could stop at yelling. A lot of the fights just stop at yelling, especially when you got out and you realize all you wanted was this dude to apologize.
Yeah.
That could have
I
been
just
taken
want
care of.
reason.
Yeah, but that's not you can't because he's drunk. Like, he's not gonna realize that. So, I mean, you, I guess, kinda have to get to "Oh, these people don't understand." Like, get to that part of you get to that mindset faster of
Yeah.
just like, "These folks don't give a fuck what I need or want, or they're not gonna give me the thing that I want. Why do I feel like I need it from" like, you gotta get there a lot faster. I think screaming out the window is your best bet.
That's fair.
Yeah, instead of out the car, because out the car, automatically, I'm like, "Oh, okay.
Yeah,
You
like we
you
fighting.
gotta yeah, you got something on you. You got a blackjack or something you about to hit me with.
It was
You got
just
a
me.
brick." No, yeah, so,
Me in a fitted
um,
hat right there. That's it.
yeah. So that's what I think. You gotta if it's road rage, you gotta yell out the window first.
That's fair. Good
Yeah.
life lessons right there. Okay.
Is it?
You
Is it?
know? Listen, I am always willing to talk about my mistakes, get better from
Mhm.
them, you know?
Alright. Oh, boy.
I'm sharing them so that y'all don't make these mistakes, okay?
Yeah, I guess so. How was the Wendy's when you got it home?
Well, I only got stuff for Gabby, but
Okay.
like she definitely asked questions. She's like, everything okay?
Yeah, right, sure, 'cause you
Because Wendy's is 2 blocks from my house and I'd already
Right,
had the food.
right.
So like, and I just very aggressive. I was curt with her. Like I
Yes,
was
when you
having a
hung up,
jolly
sure.
convo, and then I'm like, yo, I gotta go,
Right,
and hung up. And then I took 15 minutes to come home.
right, yeah.
So she was like, everything good, and I was like, yeah, yeah, no, no, nothing. And then I kept it moving,
Mhm.
and then to like change the topic, I like asked mad questions about like the episode of The Mentalist that she was watching. you know, and like we slowly moved on, and I
Sure. I
was
mean, she still is like, what the fuck? I mean, she
yeah,
still is for sure.
and
You've
then I just
never
hyped.
cared about the mentalist ever, ever.
And then when I thought I was like playing it cool, I text all my boys and got like affirmation of like, yeah, this is stupid. Don't do that.
Right.
Um, but yeah, I'm just curious, like, if I'm the only dude that feels that on occasion.
No, I don't think so. I don't think you're the only person at all who feels that. Like, I certainly want to punch someone all the time. Like, I am not a violent person, but that's just because I did not take steps to properly learn how to be violent. Because I
Right.
figure if I have the knowledge, then I'm going to use it. So it's best for me not to know. That way I'm not primed to use it.
Right.
But, because I absolutely will punch. The way that I knock into people who don't get out of my way when we're crossing the street, right? Because 'Cause I'm always, like, trying to weave through blah, 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 but if it's like a straightaway and there's no one really in front of me except someone coming the other way, and they could easily, like, just kinda scooch, and I can and it we don't even have to, but there are lots of people who don't, who just think that they should just be the one and everyone else should move out of the way, and I will absolutely shoulder check you.
Amen.
I have knocked over so many young ladies. A couple of them have been so bad that I'm like, "I gotta stop." But, um, yeah, or if you are, um, fucking up on the subway steps. Now, I'm not moving very fast on subway steps because 'cause ain't doing nothing but getting slower. But, I try to stay off to the side. I try to, go around or whatever. But I
Yeah.
do occasionally, someone is just not moving at the speed. If I'm the slowest one on here, on the train, on the steps, and you're moving slower than me, you are moving slower than all the old people. Everyone is passing you, even a slow person. And I'm trying to give you grace. But if I see it's not because of you got bad knees, if you're just a young person on your phone, I will hit you with my head on your backpack or whatever. I will absolutely move you out the way.
I
I
like
will
that.
do it. Yeah. No, don't encourage it. It's terrible.
I think that but I see the difference though. Like your aggression is like it went from a 2 to a 3.
Mhm.
Like you nudged them. I didn't go
Right.
nudge.
No, you went full on.
Yeah,
You were 5 out of 5. You were ready
yeah.
to fight.
I needed the nudge first.
Yeah,
That's fair.
absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love learning from you, Sha.
Oh, boy.
Let's get into the news.
Okay.
NYPD rolls out a snitchbot to patrol city subways. People were like Sha here, head bopping people on the train.
Look, if I see this robot at any station, it's on site. It's one of those little robot dogs, right?
They got those, but they got
Oh,
like
no. Oh,
taller
these are
ones.
like the little R2D2 joints.
Yeah,
Nah, So,
they got them
there's
all
no
out
way.
there.
Let me tell you something. Those snitch bots are being tagged as we speak.
Yeah.
None of those there's no way someone's not gonna come at that thing with a Sharpie or like, there's no way. Or a sticker. That thing's gonna be covered in stickers in
You know
3
what I
days.
think? Real talk
Hmm.
is going to be part of the Waze app. Like,
What do
yo,
you mean?
snitchbot on this station.
What do you mean? Like, you
Like
can
people
look
will
on
like tag the snitchbot with like an air tag or something, and like you'll know where the snitch, and like they'll report when they see the snitchbot. So
Oh, yeah,
like,
no, there absolutely will be, like, there'll be a whole thing in every single kind of social media of just, like, here are the stations with the snitch bots. Because
yeah,
I mean, remember when, maybe during, the marches, after the George Floyd thing where people were like cops were on the subway a lot while people were going to the protests,
yeah,
and they were undercover, but this is where I learned undercover, New York police wear, like, a colored armband so that they can identify each other, as well as, like, the most generic clothing possible, but there's, like, an armband and they were sharing the colors of the day's armband. on like Twitter
Wow.
or IG or whatever. They're like, this is where, because you remember it was just kind of quiet. Here's where the protests are. It starts at this time. The
Yeah.
armband color is yellow. And it's like, okay. So they absolutely are going to be like Snitchbot at
Got
yeah,
him.
for sure at Lafayette Street. Also, that thing is only going to be able to go back and forth. It can't go upstairs, right?
I don't know. I assume the R2D2 one is going to be flat. Yeah. Those
Yeah.
are, but the dog one could go everywhere.
No,
Dog
if I
one
see
got
that
full
dog, I'm
like,
taking a bat to it. They can lock me up. I don't trust those fucking dogs. I don't trust those robot dogs.
it's going to cost you.
Children will be screaming. With the dog, children will be crying. With the R2D2, children will probably try to play with it.
Yeah, I think they look cute.
Yeah, that's where they get you.
Yeah, real talk. I think these look too friendly.
Yeah, I don't like them. I don't like them. At Times Square, you can push any of those. Someone's going to kick. Someone like me is going to kick one of those bitches down the stairs accidentally.
I look at it, I see like an air purifier.
That's exactly what it looks like to me.
Yeah.
I'm like, I think I have one of these in my living room.
Oh man, keep an eye out there. They got 360-degree cameras. The dog cost $750K. They bought two of them for the NYPD department. The R2D2 looking things. What was that?
No, here's what I think we should do for the R2D2 looking things.
Yeah.
I know they're supposed to have 360-degree cameras, but the lens seems to be only in one spot. Carry some Post-its with you. Fucking slap a Post-it on that. Just like you do on your laptop. Put a little bit of tape over it.
Shut it down, baby.
Shut it down. We ain't going for this.
In other news, he felt the slither of a venomous snake in the cockpit, then turned the plane around. That's right. Of all things to go wrong midair in the cockpit of a plane, finding a venomous snake under the pilot's seat must be one of the worst scenarios. So spare thought for the South African pilot Rudolph Erasmus. I felt this little cold sensation underneath my shirt where my hip is situated, but basically where you've got little love handles, he told NPR. When he looked down, the pilot was surprised to see a highly venomous Cape Cobra under his seat. He felt the slithering stowaway as he was piloting a private flight from South Africa's Western Cape to the northeastern town of Nelspruit on Monday. As it turned to my left and I looked down, I could see the head of the snake receding back underneath my seat, at which point there was a moment of stunned silence, to be brutally honest. Yeah.
Well, yeah, when he tells them, like, hey, yo, everybody chill. Just be real chill. There's a deadly cobra on the plane. Just calm down. Just don't do nothing.
No big deal. Happens.
No big deal, sometimes.
I then informed my passengers of what was going on, but everybody remained calm. He recounted. A Cape Cobra bite can kill someone in as little as an hour. He says that his first thoughts were of his passengers. Bullshit. I was more afraid of what the snake might do. Luckily, it didn't strike anyone. Otherwise, that would have changed or complicated the situation. How about if it struck you? That complicates everything.
Well, yeah, no, the same thing. Anyone, you don't want it to bite. He's including himself. Yeah, I don't want any complications. We don't want no problems. We don't want no smoke, Mr. Snake.
Oh man, he was praised by South African Civil Aviation Commissioner Poppy Koza. Since landing, the snake was not been found. It seems to have boarded and disembarked on its own. Nah, B, that plane does not exist anymore. The snake owns it.
Wow. Yeah, it's the snake's helicopter or whatever. But also, what if they just needed a ride?
I ended up here again, B? I took the northbound. Come on, man. I got family out there, yo.
I guess this is,
Poor
this is
snake.
where I'm trying
Nobody
to get.
thinks of the snakes.
Yeah, no one. I do all the time now.
Maybe he was in the cockpit just to make sure he was going in the right direction.
I think so. I really think he just needed a ride.
Come on, B. Let the dude live.
Yeah, but I'm glad that he didn't, have an in-flight snack. I guess I don't know.
Finally, these cockroaches tweak their mating rituals
Nope.
after adapting to pest control. That's right.
No. Nope.
Oh man, humans attempt to kill cockroaches with sugary poisons have had an unintended consequence. It has cramped the bug's sex lives. But now some cockroaches appear to have tweaked the recipe for the sweet substance that males use to woo females, allowing the bugs to be fruitful and multiply once more. The discovery, which scientists are describing in the Journal of Proceedings of Royal Society B, offer windows into the surprising adaptation of one of humanity's most intractable foes. Cockroaches are more than just pests, says Jessica Ware, an entomologist at the American Museum of Natural History. This is a beautiful evolutionary ecology example. I disagree with the beautiful part.
I disagree with all of that.
The German cockroach, I'm not even going to try to say that word, has evolved.
I haven't even pulled up the article because I'm like, if there's a picture of a cockroach, I ain't doing it. Nope. I'm just listening. You're just telling me the tale of the cockroach right now. I am not even reading along.
The German cockroach has evolved to live only in human environments.
Ain't that some shit? Get the fuck out of here.
It's our top indoor pest, a species that keeps managing to adapt to our attempts to eradicate them. Kobe Shaw, an entomologist at North Carolina State University, is very familiar with these insects. In his lab, he deposits a female German cockroach in a dish. After a few minutes, he adds another. And apparently the pheromone waves of the female roach, like this one, are intoxicating perfume, which lures in the male, and the male then shares their stuff. Once the two make contact, he raises his wings, exposes a gland on his back, from which he secretes a nuptial gift. But to lap it up, she needs to mount the male. The penis has a hook on it. Jesus Christ, this keeps getting more vulgar. Which the male uses to lock onto the female's genitalia for 90 minutes. I ain't think bugs.
You haven't seen one bug on top of another?
For 90 minutes? No, Sha.
Well,
90 minutes?
I'm not going to let it continue for 90 minutes. I've definitely seen it and then killed them. Like, I'm not going. We ain't. This date is over.
They let them finish it.
I'm sorry, my cafe is closed. Y'all gonna have to take that business into the afterlife. I've for sure killed you.
Oh man. Well, the love for that substance and the glucose that it generates is what pest controllers started exploiting in the 80s. They made baits laced with insecticides that were brimming with glucose and other sugars that quickly break down into glucose, and the results are lots of dead German roaches. Right. Cockroaches. But then a few years later, pest control companies noticed something unsettling. A population of cockroaches in Florida in particular just could not be controlled. It turns out that some of the roaches had evolved a glucose aversion. Glucose no longer tastes as sweet to them, and therefore they refuse to eat the bait. And in the last 10 years, there's been a dramatic increase in the use of baits, and therefore I suspect the population of glucose-averse cockroaches have increased.
I can't do it.
Yo.
I don't. What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do?
Yeah, because like, you know you're not supposed to step on them, right?
Yeah, I've heard that.
They like I got that from like a science fair, like at one of the parks. They said that when you step on a roach, it sends out a signal for other roaches nearby to start mating.
Oh God.
Like that's crazy, yo. That's bananas. Like, yo, we in danger. Start making more of us. They gonna be the last of us, Sha.
Oh yeah, no, I understand that. I get that. But can't they just do that outside of my apartment? Look, do what you got to do in other people's apartments, but not where I am, please.
Listen,
please.
If if you would like to watch
what?
90-minute sex tape by these two cockroaches, I'm intrigued. I got to tell you. Or All you gotta do is like and subscribe to the show, baby. If you are Apple or Spotify listener, we appreciate your ratings. 4 stars. You mad that the roach is getting it more than you are, okay? I'll blame
Well,
you.
I hadn't thought of that, but they're also giving birth a lot more than I am too. So, I mean, you can have it, but
5 stars, you admit that it's happening, but you're willing to learn, and then you're a better person for it, okay? Maybe you'll have 90-minute sex sessions too, okay?
really, roach style? You gonna put a hook on your penis?
Yo,
You
whatever.
know what? Other animals have that too. Dogs, cats.
Yeah.
They get in there and a little latch comes open, and then it won't undo itself until they've ejaculated and they finished.
There you go. I've been in locker rooms. Some guys got hooks too. You know? Whatever it takes, okay? You can learn something, okay?
Oh my God.
If you have any articles you want us to cover, please DM us directly on Twitter, Instagram, at Silky Jumbo, or at Gastor Almonte. With all that said, I am the soon to be far more informed Gastor Almonte, you know?
And I'm the person who's getting ready to put out more baits. I don't care what they say. Shalewa Sharpe. I'm about to fumigate all of this.
All I heard is that we got to start putting salt on these baits.
Right? That's all I heard. Now they like them savory. That's all I heard. I got to get savory roach traps.
Yo, how you caught them? I'll put some Old Bay on the trap.
Now I'm just sprinkling garlic powder in all the corners of my boric acid and garlic powder.
Oh man, this has been a delicious episode for the Roaches episode. More report. Catch y'all next time. Peace.